Flare community. I hope you're all well and having an incredible day as always. And yes, it is time for the weekly news update, where we cover all of the significant developments that have been happening on both the Songbird and the Flare network. We're jumping straight in here with the F asset dashboard. I'm actually just going to give this a quick refresh and to get the latest. And as you can see, the total value locked, the TVL, just continues to march upwards. And there's a couple of reasons for that, which we will be exploring later. But you can see that the total supply of XRP is 77.5 million, which is an absolutely crazy amount. That market cap translates to 155 million, which is pretty crazy. If you look at the XRP to XRP ratio, there's still a lot of room for growth because it is just 0.077% of the XRP that is in circulation, I believe, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. And there's just more and more ways that people are able to use their XRP on the Flare network. Probably the biggest and hottest topic of the week is this. Yes, Flare Enosys loans are now live. This is a highly anticipated protocol where you can actually mint stablecoins with XRP as collateral. So if you didn't know what this is what we call a collateralized debt position. That's what CDP stands for, and that is actually the name of the stablecoin that you can mint through Enosys loans. They've seen some absolutely incredible growth, and if you want a quick insight on how to actually mint your own stablecoins, first of all, you supply XRP or WFLR as collateral. You then borrow the CDP stablecoin at your chosen interest rate, which is great. You get to decide the interest rate that you want to pay. And then you can do things with that CDP, that collateralized debt position stablecoin. You can supply it into the stability pool, or you can also participate in providing liquidity against another stablecoin, USDT0. And I'm sure that there is going to be more liquidity pools that you can enter. You know, I think high on the list would probably be the CDP to FLR, and also to Enosys's native governance assets such as Apsis, which is APS, and Helion, HLN. So yeah, this is absolutely crazy, and we've seen an incredible couple of, 24 hours since I think it launched as of the time of this recording, and they've already minted $100 million worth of this CDP, and that is only just going to increase over time. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this growth expand as we see more assets that are provided. We do know that Enosys are going to be offering staked XRP to be able to be used as collateral, as mentioned here. So that's what's next in their pipeline. We'll keep an eye on that, and I'll be sure to keep you updated. If you want to know what the protocol looks like or the interface, just blow this up here. You can basically go to borrow, you supply either XRP or WFLR. You get yourself a loan, you get to choose the interest rate that you want to pay. And once you've done that, you can actually put this into the Earn platform, which is basically a way that you can provide this CDP in exchange for some rewards. As you can see here, you get the CDP, which is actually coming from the interests on the loan. And on here, you also get XRP as well, which is from liquidations, which we haven't seen any as of yet. The same thing goes for WFLR, but instead of receiving XRP, you actually get WFLR2. Now, in addition to that, you also get you're actually able to get some incentives here. So you get paid with RFLR reward emissions. You can see them here. And you also get paid Apsis, APS, which is one of the two native staking tokens for Enosys. So Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of different strategies that you can apply. And I did actually reveal mine in a Patreon exclusive, which I released just yesterday. And we go through a flowchart of the best way, or in my opinion, the best way that you can maximize yield using Enosys. So if you do want to join the Patreon group, there is a link in the description, and we further discuss this in the MasterMind group, which is an exclusive Discord group for all of the Patreon family. Right, so you have your staked XRP. There are plenty of ways that you can actually use this, as I do try to mention very often, because a lot of people mint their FXRP, they don't know what to do with it, and then they get their staked XRP, they don't know what to do with it. But if you follow the Flare Networks account, you can stay up to date with all of the opportunities because they promote these dApps very often. As you can see, there's SparkDex, we've got Firelight here, Kinetic, SparkDex, BlazeSwap, Enosys, Spectre, and Firelight 2, and all of them are listed here. This is just one of the posts from Flare. Right, if you didn't know, the F-Asset system was actually briefly paused. So the F-Asset system was automatically paused following a security alert triggered by our monitoring partner, Hypernative, and they're integrated with many of the dApps on the Flare network as a security precaution. After review, this activity was confirmed to be a false positive. There are no vulnerabilities in the F-Asset or FXRP contracts, and no user funds were affected. The pause was triggered out of an abundance of caution, in line with the standard safety procedures. The governance process has now been completed, and the system has been safely unpaused and is now fully operational. The key takeaway here: no user funds were affected, no protocol vulnerabilities were found, pause was precautionary and worked as intended, and the system is now fully operational. So this is something that if we go back here, I commented on. Out of an abundance of caution, the F-Asset protocol was briefly paused by Hypernative, which is an ecosystem security monitoring partner. No issues were found, as we know, but it's important to note and appreciate the responsiveness of this initiative, which would help minimize any adverse effects if something bad were ever to happen. So, Hypernative do a great job of monitoring contracts and making sure everything is working as expected. And if something does seem out of the ordinary, they will essentially put a halt to certain protocols to freeze the funds and basically allow an investigation into what is happening. But as I said, this was nothing to worry about. This is actually just highlighting how responsive Hypernative is, and this is just an incredible addition to the Flare network and many of the dApps that are launched on the Flare network. We've got this from DeFi Llama. They are now tracking Firelight on the Flare network. Users stake XRP through Firelight. The XRP is locked on the XRP ledger, and a liquid staking token, often referred to an LST, is minted on the Flare network. You guys know how that works, and it's great to see these platforms like DeFi Llama including this in their metrics, because at the end of the day, Flare is definitely climbing the ranks when it comes to TVL on their network. I believe they're hovering somewhere around the 25th mark, but yeah, it just keeps going up and up and up, especially since the launch of Firelight, the XRP protocol, and soon, obviously, we have the Enosys loans, which I believe will be integrated very soon. Okay, this is a post from Just ETH. Yes, this is a really in-depth article on how to participate in Spectra, which is quite a new application that not many people know about. It's basically yield trading, and I'm not going to go into depth with all of this, but it allows you to trade yield, and this is probably the best post walking through what you can do or how to do it. And if you're interested in looking into that, it's definitely worth checking out. Okay, moving on. More markets. We did hear news from them very recently that they are sunsetting the more markets and accounts. So This is not just on Fleur, it's on their other accounts as well, but over the next 3 months, depositors will have full access to withdraw their funds through the More Markets app. Their smart contracts will remain operational beyond this period for those who prefer to interact directly. They didn't really give any reason or rationale as to why they are closing these accounts, but it's something to note if you are a participant of their DApp. Now, from my perspective, if you are a member of the Fleur community, then you should be participating directly on Fleur. This is more, or was more, of an abstraction to allow XRP users to stake FLR without ever having to touch the Fleur network. But I'm sure you guys, long supporters of the channel, will know exactly how to interact with the Fleur network and do all of this yourself. Basically, what More Markets was doing on their holders' behalf was getting the XRP, minting it into FXRP and bridging it over to the Fleur network, and then participating in Firelight to earn a yield which they would then return to their users. You can do all you can do all of that yourself, and yeah, plenty of tutorials out there online. And yeah, I think it's better to just do everything yourself, because not only do you have the knowledge of how to actually participate in these protocols, you're in full control here as well. So yeah, moving on. Everyone's favorite word, soon. Fleur is the place you can really build for XRP. And soon, BTC, Bitcoin, XLM, Stellar, and others. So soon, what does soon mean? Well, of course, that is very subjective. It's one of my favorite GIFs here, because I feel like it does trigger a few people in the Fleur community, but things have been rolling out really fast, and I'm sure you would agree, yes, it has taken a long time to get the ball rolling with F assets, but we've seen the launch of Firelight, we've seen integration with almost every decentralized exchange, we've seen it with the new loans platform, and I'm sure there are many more applications that are coming to Fleur that will utilize FXRP. In terms of NFTs, yes, if you didn't know, the Bullnamics NFT is now able to be fused. Basically, you buy the traits, the base layers, and you get to fuse them and you get to customize your own NFT. In addition to that, you get to earn rewards in the form of the Dynamics token and royalty shares on the entire collection. And if you're lucky enough to open one of the 10 Fleur hoodie traits in your trait package and fuse it, then you are eligible to claim a physical too. And this is what it looks like. This is obviously the trait, and this is the physical. As I've mentioned before, I've got one of these hoodies myself, and they're great quality. This logo here is actually embroidered. So yeah, very comfy. And if that's your bag, you may be able to just win one with the trade packages if you reveal one of the hoodies. Now, we're going to end here on a high note because, you know, in my opinion, it's very important to build a solid foundation first. And we've definitely seen this with the F asset protocol. It's been a long time coming. It's finally here. And what happens after you've got a solid foundation? Explosive growth follows. And this is just an image which really highlights that fact. You see bamboo growing under the surface without anyone really noticing for the first 5 years. And then in the next 6 weeks, once that foundation has been set, then it absolutely shoots upwards. Now, this is not an analogy for price, but more for ecosystem growth. And we're seeing this through the metrics such as total value locked and just daily users on the Fleur network. All of the metrics are pointing to a very bright future. So that is pretty much the video for today, guys. It's been an incredible week, and I'm sure there are many more incredible weeks to follow. I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Do have yourself an incredible day and weekend ahead. And until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.